Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is my 6th update for the Partners in Cream project. So this is a project that was created by Steph and Daylin. I will put their links channels below. It's a fairly simple project. It's like a year-long rolling project. You do updates on the 10th, 3 to 5 products that are all cream or liquid, and that's about it. I think that's why it's one of my favorite projects. It's super easy and simple and straightforward, and I feel like overall I've been managing to do this project pretty well this year. I did miss an update last month, but that just means this update is much more interesting. So let's get into it. So the first product I have in here is the Nude Sticks Bronzer in Sunkissed. This is slow going. It's definitely taking its time. I'll show you where we're at right now. I don't know if that's going to show much different than last update. It'll come in a little closer there. I'll also put where we've started at the beginning of the year. I'll find a screenshot from the beginning of the year and put that in as well. So for this particular product, I've decided I'm going to roll it out. I like it, so I do have it on today. I just realized my hair is just like sticking up everywhere. I am wearing it today with another bronzer on top. I don't mind it, but I'm not loving the tone. Like, once I get out of summertime, I just don't really like this tone. I'm finding that this is difficult to use. I don't want to let it go because I do like it for the most part, but I'm just not eager to use it, and I want to be a little bit smarter with my panning, especially a project like this where I'm like focusing on trying to really like finish things or hit pan or make really good progress. I'm not just playing for the sake of, I'm not just playing around for the sake of playing around. This is a bit more of a targeted project for me to like finish some stuff or make really good progress. So I am gonna roll this guy out. Let me just swatch it so you can see the swatch, and I'll show you what I'm rolling in, and I'll swatch that with it too. So there's the swatch of that. You can see it's pretty warm tone. I did play with it as a blush a couple of times. I've contemplated just kind of putting it as a blush, but I do like it as a bronzer as well. What am I doing here? Sorry. Stuff is in the way. I'm trying to like make some room here. Here we go. What I am replacing that with is this guy. Oh, this guy. You couldn't even see it when I did that. This guy, the Nars Laguna bronzer. The official name is Nars Laguna Bronzing Cream in Laguna 02. So this is the original shade. And I have been playing with this on and off, and I just want to use this one. I know I'm going to use it going forward. I'll enjoy using it. It can be a little deep. Like I can go pretty ham with it, but I feel like I can also sheer it out. I wouldn't mind getting the shade up from this now that they have the other shades, although I think I bought this when the other shades existed, but it would be nice to have a slightly lighter shade too. But yeah, you can see there, like that's a pretty heavy swatch, but it's definitely like you can definitely blend it out. You can see there, you can definitely keep blending it out. So again, I can get kind of crazy with that, so I have to be careful with it, especially going into like cooler months where my skin is a bit more pale. But I think I'm going to enjoy playing with that a little bit more. So the goal, this isn't a very deep pan, but it's deep enough that I'm not sure if I'll hit pan, but the goal would be to hit pan. So we're going to try and hit pan. This is where we're at right now. So you can kind of see there's a bit of a dip. I use like the e.l.f. stippling brush, so that's why it kind of looks the way it looks. It's a little hairy looking, a little crazy looking, but that's how I use it generally. Next up, we have the Temp2 BoxyCharm Liquid Glow. This guy is moving along. For a period there, I didn't use it. Then I used it a lot. Then I stopped using it. Now I'm back to using it. So we're getting some regular use out of this again. I did get to draw a new line on it. So you can see there, it's definitely going down. You can see where I started. I was about halfway through the bottle when I started this project. But at the rate I'm going, I don't think I'm going to finish this by the end of the year. I'm kind of sad about that because I thought I would have. But at the same time, it's fine. I will likely roll this into, if I either do this project next year or into my regular project pan and make it an easy early win next year. I enjoy using this. What I did today was I mixed it with my foundation. So I have the CoverGirl matte foundation from my project pan, and it's just a little matte. So this like adds a little glow, shears it out a little bit, makes it a little bit more everyday wearable for me. So, oh, I didn't even talk about weights. Gotta go back to this guy. Last month, this was 28.32 grams. It's now 27.99 grams. That's a difference of 0.33 grams. And in total, I used 0.75 grams. This guy last month, or last update, was 23.97 grams. It's now 21.28 grams. That's a difference of 2.68 grams. So a lot moved on that guy. The next one is my lip gloss, and this guy is moving along really, really good. So this is the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow. I kind of had hoped I would have finished it, although I can't remember what I said, because I was like, I don't think end of August, but end of September, and I think we're on track to finishing this by this month. Look how little is left. I'm not 100% sure I'll pull the stopper on this because it's already leaking, like it's already super goopy and leaking out the sides. So I think once kind of that little bit is done at the bottom, I'm gonna call it. I don't really think I care to like scrape it because it's getting so hard to use. Like I can't travel with this, which is annoying because I'd like to be able to like take this to work with me, but it's just not, it's not happening. So I don't mind it. I can see myself purchasing a Fenty Gloss Bomb in the future. Like if it's in a kit or something like that, or there's that one color, that really dark color that I do want to buy. But I'm going to try and hold off on buying one for right now because I really don't need to. I just bought those Buxom ones, and I like the Buxom ones, I think, more than the Fenty. So last month that was 31.44 grams. It's now 30.36 grams. That's a difference of 1.08 grams. This next product I forgot was in this project. So I did use it, but like, just because I was like, I'm going to pull this out because it's a great product for, I feel like it's a great summer product or a great like all day product or like a great concert product. Like one of those things that I know is going to stay really well regardless of like what's happening throughout the day. This is the Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade, I think Moonstone. So yeah, really like worked out kind of serendipitously that like I did use it and I forgot that this was in the project, so I did get a tiny bit of use out of this, but I'm gonna roll it out. I'm not gonna replace it with another liquid or cream eyeshadow at the moment. I'm kind of happy with the set of products that I have in this project. I don't want to overdo it, and I feel like I'm kind of getting back into focusing on my eyeshadow palette project that kind of went by the wayside. That's why I've got crazy eyeshadow on today. This is the Violet Voss Flamingo palette. It was going to be a monochromatic pink look, and then I'm like, let's just throw some green in there. Not sure how I feel about that. It's different, but yeah, I'm playing with my eyeshadows a bit more, and I don't want to have to like focus on a cream one that will like take away from that, if that makes sense. Like if I pull out a cream or liquid one to play with, that's fine, but I don't want to like feel forced to use it because it's in a project. Like I said, I want this project to be a bit more about products that I'm going to use fairly regularly in hopes of like hitting pan or finishing, or like, well, close to finishing, if that makes sense. So last month this was 26.98 grams. It's now 26.84 grams. That's a difference of 0.14 grams. And then next up, we're going to talk about blushes. So the blushes for this project, so this is where things, forget what I just said, because the blush category in this project has its own rule. Because I figured out I have 12, unfortunately I now have 13 because I have the Rare Beauty one, 12 cream or liquid blushes. So it was like, okay, one a month. I, again, lost track of this project a little bit and forgot what I was using. But the blush that I had rolled in, I think in my last update that I talked about, I'm not sure if I did talk about it. This is the LYS Higher Standard Blush in the shade Humble. I am wearing it today over top of a couple other things, but this is like the main blush that you're seeing. It's pretty intense. I only used it a few times. I wish I'd used it a few more times. I just didn't really get around to it, and I've, in previous months, sort of kept the blush out to see if I'll play with it. I don't know if I'm going to do that with this one. It's pretty bright. You can see it right there on my hand. Like, it's a very bright pink. It's very pretty. I went very light-handed with it on my face, but I'm not sure. I think I might just put it away for now, and we'll see. It's supposed to, like, so it's kind of funny. Right now it's a little bit cold. It's definitely feeling fall is in the air, so my mind is starting to gravitate towards all the fall things. But I think next weekend is going to be, like, really hot and sunny. So it'll feel like summer again. So I'm contemplating just maybe might keep this out for one more week and we'll see where that goes. So last month that was 31.23 grams. It's now 31.16 grams. That's a difference of 0.07 grams. And the blush that I picked I pretty much mapped out the blushes for the rest of the year because there's only 3 more months after this. So the one that I picked out for this month is the Merit blush in Cheeky. I would say to the 3 that I have, this might be my least favorite shade. I really like the Beverly Hills shade. The Fox shade, I haven't used a whole lot, but I do quite like it. This one's definitely a much more unique shade. It looks fairly unassuming in the package, but I do find when I put it on, it can be a little intense. Like, here it is. It's like a very cool toned mauve or mauve, however you want to say it, color. So it definitely has an opinion. It's a blush with an opinion. So I felt like this was the best color for me for September based on the remaining colors that I have. So that's how I ended up picking this guy. And then, so that keeps me with 4 products. And then I decided, because I'm not rolling in a new eyeshadow, and I've been thinking about a primer in my project pan, regular project, because I was like, am I going to roll one in? Am I not going to roll one in? And I decided not to roll one in that project, but I'm going to roll it in this project. So I'm rolling in the e.l.f. Cookies and Dreams Putty Primer. This is like the regular putty primer, but it's got a bit of a scent. I feel like it smells kind of weird, to be honest. Like, it smells like makeup cookie, which is really an odd combination. But it's fine. So I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera, if it's even going to focus, or if you can even tell. But like, there's a little tiny dip in the middle there. I was watching Ruth's channel, and she talks about, she uses like a really thick, dense brush with hers. And I was like, that's a really good idea. So that's what I'm going to do. And the goal for me for this is to hit pan. There's a pretty good dip. I think I can hit pan in this by the end of the year, especially if I'm using a brush and I use it regularly. I can definitely hit pan. That's the reason, though, why I'm not putting this in my full year project pan. Well, there's 2 reasons. One, I'm trying to narrow that project down just a little bit. I feel like it's getting out of control. I have too many products in it, and it's kind of feels very burdensome to like report on the project and keep track of everything. So I don't want to roll in a new product for that reason. And I also don't want to roll in anything. Like, if I am rolling something into that project, it's got to be something to finish, because I'm supposed to be trying to finish 24 and 24, and this is definitely not going to get finished by the end of the year, so I don't want to roll in that project. So I felt like this project is more suited to roll this in, and this is a primer, like, out of all the primers I had, I was like, this is one, I wouldn't mind finishing this one out. I don't know if I'd purchase the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I want to try the liquid one. Andrea Mattiliano always talks about the liquid one, and she really likes that one, so I'm tempted to buy the liquid putty primer to see if I like that one over this one, like she does. But yeah, I'm kind of like with the putty primer. I don't mind it, but I don't love it. It's not a staple for me, at least at this point. I don't know. I could change my mind after I start using it more. I haven't used it regularly, to be honest, so I could change my mind, especially over the winter time, like fall, winter. I might really enjoy it. So yeah, that is my update for my Partners in Cream for 2024. I'm really, really happy with this update. I think things are really moving along. We're kind of hitting a really good stride with this project. And yeah, just hoping to ride it out with a lot of success. So far, we've only finished 2 items in this project, but we should have at least 1 more finished, so that will be good. It might be nice to get this one done too, if I can. So we'll see. It would be nice to finish out 4 products from this project, but I'm definitely making a really good dent and getting some good use out of my cream and liquid products through this project. So that's why I really enjoy this one. So anyway, if you like this video, feel free to give it a little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.